Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates.
Right now we are standing here in the Vechur area of Kottayam district. Now this area has more than 300 houses and about a population of 1200 people. The problem over here is that nearly half of the people staying here have been infected with the coronavirus. The family over here, you see there are 5 members positive in their house, and just like this family there are many houses over here where 2 people, 3 people, even 5 or 6 people are infected with the virus. Now this area comes under the containment zone. It has been declared a containment zone and there is a severe lockdown over here. Now the problems arising due to the lockdown are people are not allowed to go out, not even for their basic needs, be it a government employee, fishermen, the daily wage workers. Everyone has been suffering due to the lockdown. More than half of them have lost their job. Now here we have Deepa with us. Deepa is a social worker and activist, and she has been working round the clock in this pandemic. Deepa, please explain me the situation over here in this area.
Actually, what had happened was that not many cases were detected earlier. So we took it for granted, and then later on there was a death over here, and it was declared. We realized that it is a COVID death, and then we started doing more of tests and realized that it is a containment zone. There are many cases over here, and the issue over here is that the many fishermen from this area, the many people who go out on daily wage, who do jobs on daily wages, and all of them are affected. And then we were declared a containment zone. So we had to stay in, and now we are trying to tide over things. Our ward member is trying to help our best. The local government is trying to help their best. And so hopefully by the end of this lockdown, we will be able to come out better. And these are the things over here.
Deepa, tell me one thing. The lockdown over here has been extended to 19 June. I think it is one of the longest lockdown declared by any state in India. So, you told me there are many people who have lost their jobs.
Yes.
Unemployment has
Yes.
risen. Please throw some light on that.
See, the thing is that government is trying to contain the number of deaths. The number of deaths has still not come down. So that is why the lockdown has been extended. Right now, the government is providing ration kits for those people who are out of job and for the others as well. But it is severely affecting because the day-to-day needs like recharging of mobiles, or be it getting a packet of milk, or be it purchasing eggs or anything else, that has come to a standstill because the income has really gone down. So the kids are also facing issues with the schools reopening and non-availability of books, and textbooks though has reached them, but the notebooks are not able to go outside or purchase them or meet their friends. So every person is facing some difficulty or the other. There are housemates who are not being allowed into houses or into buildings with strict protocols. So they have also lost their jobs. Single mothers have lost their jobs. A lot of affected families.
So, tell me, what are the challenges you face in this village while working for the COVID people?
The challenges that we are facing right now, actually, Shantini madam is of much help to me. And whenever there is a crisis, she is there to help. And I have a volunteer card. So my friends are moving all around. The challenges that we face is that because of the lockdown, certain areas are closed for us and we are not able to enter those areas. And at times that it is a medical help that is required and we are not able to arrange an ambulance or something on time. But things are getting better right now. I think by next week vaccines will also be available more freely, and then we'll be able to bring this down, and hopefully by 19 things will get better. That is what
Okay,
we are.
you told me about ambulances not getting here on time, and why was that? I think Shantini would explain better if you would help me translate. Shantini,
Not exactly over here, but in other regions, what was the issue was that from the FLTC, the patient would get in a bad condition and they would have been had to move to their better hospital. But there would be a delay because the ambulance would be running full scale in all the places. They wouldn't be able to reach all the places all at once. So we had an issue like that, and then volunteers would just pick up these patients and drop them at the hospitals. But then the volunteers wouldn't have oxygen facility or other things in the
how would you pick them up in
there
private
were
cars?
instances where the volunteers picked them up on two-wheelers because they could not wait for the ambulance to come on time. That is to save a person's life, But then right now, I think it's better managed. We have the first line COVID treatment centers where the patients are taken care of, and any issue over there, from there they're taken over to the hospitals.
Okay, Shantini, tell me. Okay, let me say Shantini here is the ward officer. This area, entire area, comes under control. She is responsible for the health facilities and COVID management of this Vichur area.
Yeah.
Okay, Shantini, please explain me. You can speak in Malayalam. Here, Deepa would translate. Okay. Tell me about the shortages of the ambulances over here. First, tell me how many ambulances are dedicated to this area.
നമുക്ക് ആംബുലൻസ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
ആംബുലൻസും ഉണ്ട്, സേവാഭാരതിയുടെ വണ്ടിയുണ്ട്, DYFയുടെ സ്നേഹവണ്ടിയുണ്ട്.
So we have got ambulances from the government as well. We have got vehicles from Seva Bharati, and we have got from DYFI also dedicated vehicles right
How
now to
many
support us.
ambulances over here?
Total എത്ര ഉണ്ടാവും?
4-5 വണ്ടിയാണ്.
Five in total right now.
Five, okay.
To pick up the patients.
Okay, what tell me about the problems the ambulance faced in this area? Or they were not on time, they were not available.
I think our region we had better management, but other places they had, because we have limited population over here. We have just 1,200 and it's all accessible. But in certain regions, when there was flood and rain and a cyclone happening, at that time we had a problem. Not exactly over here, but in parts
Entire
of
area.
yeah.
Okay.
But in
Okay, what about people losing their job? Many people over here are unemployed. Tell me something on that.
ജോലി പോയവർക്ക് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടല്ലേ?
ഒത്തിരി ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ട്. 30-35ഓളം വീടുകൾ ഈ ഏരിയയിലുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ആ വീട്ടുകാർക്ക് ഒത്തിരി പണിക്ക് പോകാതെ അവർ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ ഇരിക്കും.
മീൻ പിടിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നവർ മാത്രമാണ്.
മീൻ പിടിക്കുന്നവർ, കക്ക വാരുന്നവർ, സാധാരണ
So we have a lot of population over here who are dependent on on fishing and then gathering seashells and all that. So all that has come to a standstill, and those people are the most affected ones. And right now, only after lockdown can they get back to work, and only then will they be able to sell whatever they catch. Because nobody will purchase from them right now, and they're not supposed to go out and work. So those people are facing, there are around 35 to 40 families over here of that kind.
Shantini, what are the challenges you face while dealing with a place like this?
ശാന്തിനിക്ക് എന്തൊക്കെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടോ എവിടെയെങ്കിലും
അങ്ങനെയില്ല. കൂടുതൽ സന്നദ്ധ പ്രവർത്തകർ, ആരോഗ്യ വളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ്മാർ, DFI എല്ലാവരും സഹകരണത്തിൽ ഈ മേഡം ഒത്തിരി സഹായിക്കുക. എന്താ പറഞ്ഞ എല്ലാ സഹകരണം, നമുക്ക് ഫുഡ് കിറ്റ് കൊടുക്കാനും മാസ്ക് അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാ സർവ്വ സാധനമൊക്കെ തന്ന് സഹായിച്ച്, അങ്ങനെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും സഹായം കൊണ്ടാണ് ഇവരെല്ലാവരും നമുക്ക് സഹായിക്കാനൊക്കെ പറ്റിയത്.
We have a healthy community of volunteers over here. Youth have come forward and they have started helping Shantini in her work. So she has assigned them jobs and they completed. She used to give them cooked food and other things and all, medicines and everything. So yeah, even her husband is also along with her, trying to help her. So that way she's managing her things over here.
Okay, Shantini, tell me something about vaccine hesitancy. Why people are not ready to take vaccines? Why are they so scared?
ഈ രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ മുടങ്ങിയില്ല കുറേ പേർക്ക്, അതെന്ത് പറ്റിയായിരുന്നു? അത്
വാക്സിൻ ഇവിടെ അതായത്
അറിവില്ലായിരുന്നോണ്ട് ആദ്യം രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യാത്ത
രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്ത അങ്ങനെ കുറേ പേർക്ക് കിട്ടാതെ വന്ന് ഇപ്പോൾ കുഴപ്പമില്ല.
Earlier, people did not know the correct way to register, get into the CoWIN portal and register, and also there was a lot of ignorance at that time. Nowadays, they are also taking interest to register 4 people per mobile number, and so it's happening faster. Earlier, people did not know and they were not aware of it.
But there were also stories that they are scared. People say that some people have lost their life taking vaccines, so people are not coming forward to take the vaccine.
പേടിച്ച് ചെയ്യാത്തവരുണ്ടോ?
ഇല്ല. എല്ലാവർക്കും ആദ്യമൊക്കെ പേടിയായിരുന്നു, ഇപ്പോൾ കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഇപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവരും ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാണ്. കാരണം
everyone is eager to get because of all the condition over here right now. Yeah. Earlier, because it was only above 65 people were getting vaccinated, there was a lot of confusion at that time. They did not know how to get into the app and then register.
So you told me there was a lot of ignorance. Please turn that side. Yeah. You told me there was a lot of ignorance that people didn't want to get tested. They were at home, and then when finally there was a death in the area, then they came
It was
forward.
all ignorance. We all thought that this is okay. This could be some other fever or some other ache or pain. We were not relating it with COVID-related symptoms. So we thought it's as usual. It would be some random pain that we are getting, and then only after the death we realized the situation is so bad. It's always this belief that it's not going to happen to me, and I am going to be, unaffected by all this. But it was actually COVID that had come and affected all of us.
So, Shantini, tell me, was there a problem in creating an awareness among people to tell them to come out of the house and get tested for COVID?
ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ആൾക്കാരോട് ടെസ്റ്റിന് വരാൻ പറയാൻ
ടെസ്റ്റിന്
കോവിഡ് ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയാൻ
ടെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വരാൻ ആദ്യമൊക്കെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ ഒരു വീട്ടിൽ 5 പേരൊക്കെ വെച്ച് വരാൻ തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ അടുത്തുള്ള വീടുകളിലൊക്കെ വരാൻ തുടങ്ങി.
So initially she had a lot of difficulty in convincing people. Then they conducted a camp over here, and families started coming. And when they saw their families coming, the neighbors got interested, and that's how it started rolling out well.
Okay. Now we'll talk to the family over here. Deepa, please help me translate over here. Sir, what do you do for a living? Please ask him.
Sir, ജോലി എന്താണ്?
Electrician.
Electrician ആണ്.
Sorry?
Electrician.
So he is. You have lost your job recently. Why is that? What had happened?
സാറിൻ്റെ ഇപ്പോൾ ജോലി ഇല്ലല്ലോ, ഇപ്പോൾ പോയിരിക്കുമല്ലോ, പോകാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ തിരിച്ച് റൈറ്റ് നൗ ഹി ഈസ് ലോസ്റ്റ് ഹിസ് ജോബ് ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് കോവിഡ് റിലേറ്റഡ് all the problems over here. And then
How did he lose his job? He was asked not to come. What happened?
സാറിനോട് വരണ്ടാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് അസുഖം വന്നപ്പോൾ പോവാതിരുന്നാണോ?
അല്ല, കണ്ടെയ്ൻ സോൺ ആണ്, പുറത്തോട്ട് ഇറങ്ങാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല.
When it was declared containment, we could not go out, and automatically he had to stop going out.
So he was working as a government employee, private.
Private.
Okay. How many people in his house were affected?
ഇവിടെ എത്ര പേർക്ക് വന്നായിരുന്നു സാർ?
5 പേർ.
5.
Who all?
Both of them and kids as well.
അച്ഛൻ, അമ്മ, അച്ഛൻ, ഭാര്യ, 2 പിള്ളേര്.
His parents, him, wife and kid.
Okay. Kid, how big is the kid?
This he.
Okay. Son. Okay. So all of them recovered in home or were asymptomatic?
എല്ലാവരും മാറി. Yeah, they're all recovered. ഇപ്പോൾ കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ലല്ലോ അല്ലേ? No problem at all.
So what is his name? Please ask him.
Sir, പേര്?
രവി.
Ravi.
Okay. This was Ravi. Ravi's entire family was infected with COVID-19. And not only Ravi, his entire family was infected. So now you heard Deepa and Shantini, who say that this entire area, nearly 50% of the people have lost their source of livelihood, their income, as they cannot go out. Either they are infected, they are in isolation because of the lockdown. They cannot go out. This entire area is a containment zone. And this is the reality, the ground reality in place like Alleppey. Alleppey depends entirely on tourism and the fishermen. There is a large population of fishermen over here who depend on the sea, and because of these lockdown restrictions, they cannot go and do their work. So this is the satellite of the people staying in Alleppey. With Santosh Pandey, this is Nazia Sayed for Mojo Story, Alleppey.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.